Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human podcast. My name is Easton DeVerna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastondeverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Everyday Human. My name is Easton DeVerna. It is February 8th, and today's reflection is titled, Play God and Create Something Today. And this one was inspired by another quote from Kurt Vonnegut in his book, A Man Without a Country. And if you've been listening so far, you might remember that Kurt Vonnegut and the same book, A Man Without a Country, inspired January 17th's episode, Is This the Moment You Came Back For? So I'm not going to spend a lot of time introducing Kurt Vonnegut today. If you would like to learn a little bit more about him or listen to another reflection inspired by a quote from this book, head over to January 17th's episode, which is titled, Is This the Moment You Came Back For? Okay, and now on to today's quote. If you want to really hurt your parents, and you don't have the nerve to be gay, the least you can do is go into the arts. I'm not kidding. The arts are not a way to make a living. They are a very human way of making life more bearable. Practicing an art, no matter how well or how badly, is a way to make your soul grow, for heaven's sake. Sing in the shower, dance to the radio, tell stories, write a poem to a friend, even a lousy poem. Do it as well as you possibly can. You will get an enormous reward. You will have created something. All right, and after that satirical opening to that quote, you can just feel the passion and the genuine and heartfelt philosophy that Vonnegut had regarding the arts and how important they are for the human spirit, regardless of if they're making you money or if anyone is giving you accolades for them, or even if what you produce is any quote-unquote good by conventional standards. I think it maybe even goes beyond the idea of art for art's sake. It's doing art because it is good for you and for your spirit and for your time here as a human. It is worthwhile to create something. Okay, now on to the reflection. I won't bother writing a list of the things out of your control or some of the more unbearable aspects of life. It would take up the rest of this book and another volume and all of the paper on the planet and all of the trees. No, I wouldn't want to do that. I really like the trees. The simple act of being alive is enough experience for you in that department. You could fill your resume of life to the point it'd become a curriculum vitae. Whenever I'm asked what I studied in college, I tell them I majored in English in undergrad and then doubled down on useless degrees in grad school by going for my Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing and Literature. Fresh out of college, I took on the position of middle school English teacher. Despite the raging success and glamorous lifestyle that comes with such a lucrative position, it wasn't enough for me, so I eventually turned to writing full-time. Far more remunerative. I'm kidding about the money and success, though both teaching and writing are noble vocations and have the power to change the world more than, dare I say it, a stockbroker or an oil baron. And no offense to the stockbrokers and oil barons reading or listening to this from your fancy full-grain leather armchairs. But I will say the time spent with my students and the countless hours I've spent at my desk working on comics, novels, poems, short stories, and now this, my first work of semi-nonfiction, have done more than make life more bearable for me. It has made my life truly rewarding. I count myself fortunate to say that. It's not some magic spell that I've found buried in some ancient wizard's grotto. It's not a key that has unlocked the door to satisfaction or anything like that. There are plenty of downsides to writing, trust me. But it's the act of creating something from nothing, of giving life to something born of your imagination and sharing it with others. That's where the reward lies. It's addicting, intoxicating, in a good way, and it does help with the things out of your control. It does make the unbearable aspects of life more bearable. The act of creating something, or the act of reading a book, listening to a song, or staring at a piece of art will truly make your soul grow. And the beautiful thing about creating is that you don't need a reason for it. You don't need permission. Whatever you make doesn't even have to be good. No one has to see it. It's the act that will bring you the reward. The fact that when you're finished, you will have created something. And there ends today's reflection. And I think it's such a beautiful and necessary thing to create something with your mind and with your hands, however you are able to in that regard. Especially now, right now, where we are in society, where creativity and the arts feel as if they are beneath the boot of quote-unquote progress and quote-unquote efficiency, and are only, not going to say produced, but celebrated perhaps in a big way if they are beholden and conducive to the almighty dollar. And there's a beautiful thing in creation. I watch my kid do it every day whenever she takes construction paper, scissors, yarn, beads, and a whole mess of glue and just makes something. Because she likes to, because it feels good to create something, and it's helping her grow in so many ways. It is a hallmark of what it means to be human. We can't forget it. And I just want to say that I'm so lucky to live with a creative family. My wife creates toys, play-based learning materials for kids. My father-in-law is a carpenter. He makes dollhouses and the toys. And my mother-in-law and sister-in-law, pretty much, and then all of my friends nowadays are artists or writers or creators in some regard. And I just count myself lucky for that, because it reminds me that in this rat race, there are still so many people out there who want to create, make good and cool things. Okay, so here is your reflection question for today. Ask yourself this: what was the last thing I created? What will I create today? All right, and with that, I will leave you to your creation. If you do end up making anything, please let me know. Leave me a comment on Instagram or YouTube at the Everyday Human channels. I'd love to hear it. All right, that's it. I'll be back tomorrow, February 9th, with another reflection. Have a good one and take care.